That was two-time Tony nominee Howard McGillin in 2006, performing alongside Sandra Joseph in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. The elaborate production centered on a mask-wearing musical genius living in the Paris Opera House who becomes dangerously obsessed with a young soprano. Well, the show opened on Broadway in 1988 and became the longest-running show in Broadway's history.
Now, this Sunday, more than 35 years later, the final curtain is set to fall on the New York City production, the result of waning ticket sales and rising production costs.
But joining us now to talk about the show's legacy is Howard McGillin, who performed as the Phantom longer than any other actor, more than 2,500 times.
Wow.
He is now appearing on Broadway in another hit production, Parade. Howard, welcome. We're so delighted to have you here in Studio 57.
Much. Thanks, Elaine.
So this role of Phantom is so intense, physically, emotionally. What was it like to play Phantom and to do it for so many years?
Well, it was a thrill. It was a thrill and an honor and a privilege to be asked to be a part of that iconic production. It's really shocking and very sad to know that it's going to have its final show on Sunday. I will be there after our show comes down at Parade. We're just across the alley. I'm using the same alleyway that I used to go to the Majestic Theater all those years.
Wow.
And now I'm in Parade on Broadway. But the passing of this show from Broadway is something that everyone up and down Broadway shares a certain sadness about, because it's just, somebody said, it's like when the Queen passed. It's that sense of something that has been such an institution and such a part of our lives for so long, and the theatrical life of New York.
Well, Howard, as we mentioned, Phantom, the longest-running Broadway show in history. And I think for a lot of people, when they think of Broadway, the first thing that comes to mind is Phantom. So why do you think it is that audiences connected with this so much?
It's remarkable. Any musical has to have at its core a great score. And that you cannot begin to talk about Phantom without Andrew Lloyd Webber's beautiful, gorgeous, rapturous music. Then you add Harold Prince's beautiful staging and the fantastic scenery by Maria Bjornson, who passed away, unfortunately, Gillian Lynn's choreography, Andrew Bridges' lighting. That package that came together in this story, and the story, of course, itself is so, it just reaches all of us. And yeah, it's a very sad day.
Very quickly, what do you think the legacy of Phantom is going to be? And also, you're now in this production of Parade. Tell us a bit about that. So let's start with the legacy.
Right. Well, the legacy of Phantom, I think, is one that will live on. It's just something that, of course, so many millions and millions of people have been reached by this story and this gorgeous music for so long. So that is something that we'll never forget. I'm very proud of the fact that my name will always have a little asterisk next to it as the longest-running Phantom.
To be the actor.
It's great, and it's something that I treasure. I just think it's, first of all, I don't think we've seen the last of it. I think Phantom will be coming back in some other form. I've heard some rumors. I'm not sure how substantial they are, but I've heard some rumors and talk about it possibly coming back in a year or two. Who knows? It won't be the same. This is the iconic production of Phantom of the Opera that we all have come to know and love.
And Parade, you're appearing.
And Parade is such a beautiful show. Again, starting with a gorgeous score by Jason Robert Brown. And Alfred Ury wrote the amazing book for the show. Michael Arden's our director. Ben Platt and Michaela Diamond are starring. And it is a beautiful, profoundly moving show that I hope people will come see, because it is really a show that is so timely. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous night in the theater, and I hope people will come out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that as well. Howard McGillin, such a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And I will have much more on the closing of Phantom of the Opera on the CBS Weekend News.